Hello, today we're going to solve quadratic equations using extracting the square root. We know that a quadratic equation in one variable is an equation in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. Why? Because if a is equal to 0, this term will become equal to 0. So what will be left is bx plus c equals 0, which is not a quadratic equation but a linear equation. So when can we use extracting the square root? So we can use extracting the square root if we have an incomplete quadratic equation. So when we say incomplete quadratic equation, b here is equal to 0. So if b is equal to 0, this term will become equal to 0. So what will be left is ax squared plus c equals 0. And if this is the equation, the best method to use is extracting the square root. Example: if we have x squared minus 121 equals 0, so to solve for this, we will be using extracting the square root. Since our goal here is to solve for the value of x, and we have on this side a negative 121, we will move negative 121 on the other side of the equal sign, and this will become x squared equals positive 121. So from negative, this term will become positive because we move it on the other side of the equal sign. Since our x here has an exponent 2, to eliminate 2, we have to get its square root. And whatever we do on this side of the equal sign will be the same on this side of the equal sign. So it means we have to get the square root of 121. And then we can now cancel the radical sign and the exponent, and we could have here x. So how did this happen? Remember that the square root of x is equal to x raised to 1/2. So the radical sign denotes an exponent 1/2. So when we have the square root of x squared, so this is the same or equal to the number or the term inside the radical sign, x squared, and then the radical sign, which is equivalent to an exponent 1/2. And applying the law of exponent, so this will become, copy the base x and then multiply the exponents, 2 times 1/2, which is equal to 1, or simply x. So this is the reason why we just cancel the radical sign and the exponent, and then equal to the square root of 121. So when we say square root, we will think of a number that when multiplied to itself 2 times will give us 121, and that is 11. So 11 times 11, that is 121. And we can also have negative 11. So negative 11 times negative 11, that is also equal to positive 121. So therefore, the square root of 121 are positive and negative 11. And so the solution to these equations are positive 11 and negative 11. The values of x for this equation are positive 11 and negative 11. So let us check if our solutions are correct. So let's proceed to checking. Let's check if x equals 11 and x equals negative 11 are solutions to the equation. So in checking, we have to copy the equation, original equation. So we have x squared minus 121 equals 0. And then we substitute 11 to x. So x will become 11. So we have 11 squared minus 121. Is it equal to 0? The square of 11, or 11 times 11, is 121. So we have 121 minus 121. Is it equal to 0? Yes. Therefore, the answer is correct. What about x equals negative 11? So again, we copy the original equation. So x squared minus 121 equals 0. So substitute negative 11 to x. So this will become negative 11 squared minus 121 is it equal to 0. So this means negative 11 times negative 11, and that's equal to 121. Minus 121 is it equal to 0? Yes, therefore the answer is correct.